are able to speak something that you want to read. So or you want to hear for that matter also. So the language should be understood. Fine. So because of that, there is a framework which has been created or been done in any language for that matter. And the language which is stitched, which is actually the ingredients which are required to create a sentence, is only possible through something which is called as grammar. So the language part, I will not use the word grammar here, I will use the word language. So the language needs to be a part of noun and pronoun. Rather, I'll say it's a bowl of ingredients which has got all these different kinds of speeches, parts of speech, which is like noun and pronoun and verb and adverb and adjectives and interjection and preposition and conjunctions. All these mixed together create sentences. And when sentences are joined together, they create paragraphs. And when these paragraphs are created, they create story. And when stories are created and joined together, they create a book. So that's an expression that happens. All right. So here we are talking about that in grammar, an interjection or exclamation is a word used to express a particular emotion. Now, this part of speech, interjection. What is the work of an interjection? Like we talk about, noun becomes a subject and pronoun is going to replace the subject. And when replace the noun, not a subject, replace the noun. And when I have to beautify the noun, I call that word as an adjective. When I have to beautify a verb, I call it as an adverb. So the same way, we have got this expression which is talking about to express an emotion. Now, what are those emotions that we need to figure it out? We have got those emotions like when you are sad, emotions when you are happy, emotion which is a sudden emotion, like emotion is like a question mark. Emotion could be like, why this is happening to me? Oh, aha, hooray. All these are expressions of emotions. Emotional expressions which can be good, sad, or which could be happy, or which could be something like a question mark. Okay, so that's an emotion or sentiment. That's a similar word that we're talking here about on the part of a speaker. Speaker means the person who is speaking, the person who is expressing. So we are actually talking about the speaker. So when I talk about a direct speech, it has to be the speaker giving such kind of expression, so the person who is hearing it out also gets the expressions of the interjection part. Suppose the speaker is getting very annoyed, and then the person who is hearing it out makes a frowning face and say, So all these small words that you can hear it, what for I'm saying, I'll be doing it at the later stage also, are all interjections. Let's see what they are. Although most interjections have clear definitions mean that they are words, the interjections that we're talking here about, most of them have got a proper meaning to it, proper definition to it. For example, it says filled pauses such as, This is, see, when we talk to somebody, when I'm talking to somebody, I do nod my head and say, Ah, hooray. Oh, sorry. Thank you. You heard all these expressions? We're talking about interjections. So these are all interjections. Later on, I'll be coming to separately. We'll talk about the names of the words that are interjections. Okay. So interjections are often found at the beginning of the sentence. Now comes the usage part of it. Now, how do I use it in my daily? If I have to express this, how do I use it? So the first and most important part is that in the starting of the sentence, you can use interjections. However, they can technically be anywhere in the sentence, including the middle or the end. See, the fact remains, you can use it anywhere. But the practical aspect, what we have seen it, the moment a person tries to say something to you, your immediate response is going to be an interjection. Like you might feel sad. Suppose somebody is getting angry to you and you're going to make a face. The moment the person is saying something which bothers you, you start making that face. So that's your first expression. So that's the reason an interjection is used before the sentence is rather, I'll say, on the first place of the sentence. But there is no technical rule that you can only use in the starting of the sentence. You can use it in the middle or in the end also. Interjections can either be followed by a comma or an exclamation point. Exclamation point and comma, I hope you know what it is. Comma, you know it's what is a comma, and I hope you know what is an interjection. Single line with a dot there. Why? Depending on the strength of the emotion. Now this is very important for us to understand. How the emotion is coming out. So this is something, a personal experience. This is something, a group experience. A group experience means that everybody is laughing when there is a joke there and a group of people are sitting there. So what will you say? Ha, ha, ha. That's an expression what everybody is giving it to you. So now that expression has to be the most important part required for this is that how you are going to use your punctuation marks for it. Express. See what happens when I am showing this expression that ha, did I say though? No, no, no. Nah, you can hear it. When I'm writing it something, how will the other person know that it's an interjection? I have to show it through my punctuation mark. So either I put a comma or I put an exclamation mark to show my emotion, the strength of emotion. Is it a strong emotion or is it like, okay, meek, mild? That is what we're talking here about. Writer would like to convey examples of English conventions. Like what are these? Now conventions means that this is something which we have seen coming from certain period of time. From most of the time we have seen people saying you hi, people will say bye, goodbye. Now see, after hi they have got an exclamation mark and then there is a comma. You say bye, exclamation mark, and the comma is omitted. Goodbye, exclamation mark. Now when I say hi, exclamation and comma, that means I'm going to pause and then I'm going to say something. Bye, and then I start off saying something. Goodbye, again I say something. So goodbye and hi, and these all are expressions of interjections. As are exclamation, like, and the same way you say cheers, hooray. What is it? This is again an interjection. These words, hooray, cheers, hi, bye, goodbye, these all are expressions and they are conventions. They are actually a convention way of saying it. Then we have got expressions in which we say, excuse me, we'll say, sorry, no, thank you, oh dear, hey, that's mine. And similar ones often serve as interjections. Now, all these words which are said right now they're a feeling, they're actually words which are having an expression in them. So these are also part of expression of your interjections. I'll say, excuse me. I'll say, sorry. No, thank you. Now, it depends when you're talking to a person or the way you are trying to express it when you are writing. It depends as to how you are trying to show your emotion. Now, this could be, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It depends how your expression is going to be. But then it is an expression, so it is an interjection. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. So interjections is like I can use a word like excuse me very politely and with a lot of comfort, and then I will say I'm also waiting. You move from the line, and then I can go. Then you can say excuse me. Or suppose your flight is just about to leave, and then you are in a hush hush, and you will say excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. So the way you express it, so that's an emotion again coming up. That's an interjection, one part of speech that we're talking. Interjections can be phrases or even sentences as well as words such as oh, ooh, wow, shut up, shut up, shut up. Now these are interjections that we are talking here about. Here are some examples of sentences with interjections. So what we have used here, these interjections here, oh, poo, wow, so it's to make you understand that these are interjections, expressions like excuse me, sorry, oh dear, no, thank you. They are a feeling that you are expressing. See, interjection is also a feeling, but that's a difference that we need to understand that in conventions when you say hi and bye and goodbye and cheers and hooray, they are interjections, I'm not denying to it, but they're different kind of convention, they are different kind of expression. And exact interjections is oh, ooh, wow, sup. Now the examples, in an example we'll give you the usage of it, we'll explain you through a sentence. Ouch, I was just stung by a bee. That means there was some bee came and it like touched you and it's like ouch. Okay, so then we use this word. So that's an interjection which talks about, which is experiencing and talking about a pain. Okay, and then the next is hey, bring that back here. Now it depends how you're saying. Hey is actually, we have seen these days this particular word hey is being used quite a lot of times I've seen. Even when we're talking on WhatsApp, people do use this hey. Now what is it actually? It is trying to attract your attention by saying it. If you watch English movies, they regularly use this word hey, this expression as hey, bring that back here. So you are actually pointing it out, you are actually trying to attract someone's attention. What do you mean that you can't visit? So here is an expression which is talking about disbelief. I don't believe it, or it could be anger. Now it depends how the person has expressed it, either in writing or in your speaking part. I'm just a kid. Givis, I'm just a kid, Givis, not a professional athlete. Now, Givis is a mild expression typically of surprise. When you get surprised, or when you are enthusiastic, or when you are trying to sympathize with the person, you use this interjection as ye whiz. Now, this particular section is very important. If you can take a snapshot of it, it will be best. I'll suggest that. Or if you're not in a state to take a snapshot, you can just write it at your place. Copy it down somewhere, because all these are examples of interjections. When you are saying disgusting, when you're trying to say itna ganda pizza tha, so when you're trying to talk about something which is like it's not something which is good, you say I made a face na so what is that? Disgusting. But that's an expression of interjection. When I say eek, eek, when I say eek, it is something which is like oops, surprise kind of a thing, not oops. Eek is surprise, it's an alarm kind of a thing. Bazinga is I fooled you. Somebody even tries to fool someone, you use this interjection by saying bazinga. Okay, yo used to greet someone, we have seen people saying this, yo. So what is that? That's an interjection, and it's basically meaning that you are trying to greet someone. Normally in conventions, we saw that we greet someone by saying hello, but these days it has become yo. Okay. Oh. So that means when I say and when we say oh, it is an expression of dismay. Okay, grief. It depends. Sometimes, did this mother? That's what I'm trying to say. Oops. It's a kind of a recognition of a mistake. Oops. I forgot to switch off the gas. Oops. Okay. That's a mistake. Hello. That's a very common thing that we have been using here. It is when you are trying to greet a person. Hooray! Suppose the match has been won, and then out of excitement you say, oh, we have got a vaccine for COVID. How are you going to scream? You're going to scream and say, hooray. Same way, when you're trying to scorn or you are trying to show your anger, is going to be, I will see to it. Okay. Oh, so then we have got something. O is something which can be used for grief as well as for happiness. Now, how you're going to express it, that makes a difference. Oh, that's an expression. Okay. Ouch, it's ouch. So suppose you got an injection and it's paining. in your arm, and you are going to say, ouch. So that is, you are trying to use this interjection by saying it is painful. Ah, oh, that's a hesitation. You know, you must have seen people who are standing on the stage. At times we see that they are fumbling with words. At times they use such kind of expression, which is like, that's a hesitation. Okay. And when you say, wow, that's an excitement that you're expressing here about. Oh, wow, what a beautiful dress. When you are trying to say Yahoo, it's a kind of a great joy or achievement. Like in COVID, you can go and party with your friends. So what kind of expression you are going to get? Yahoo, okay, yikes. So it's a humorous effect basically. Yippee, that's a delight. When you say yuck, yuck is like, oh God, it's disgusting. Kya hai ye? The vegetable is so filthy, I cannot eat it. Look at that pizza. Eee. So that's yuck feeling. And when, wow, how tasty this particular ice cream is. Yum. So when I say bazinga, yo, oh, oops, hello, hooray, oh, ouch, wow, yahoo, yikes, hippie, yuck, yum. All these are different expressions of interjections. Okay, these are some common list of interjections. Hi, it is used for a greeting. When I try to meet a person, I can wave it or I can shake hands. Hi, wow, it shows a surprise. Bravo, used as a way to congratulate. When I try and congratulate someone. When I try to show disappointment, bah, that's we used BAH. In writing also, you have to use the same thing. In expression, that means when you're trying to speak something, then also you're going to say the same thing. The only difference is that when you are writing, you have to use either a comma or you have to use a exclamation mark. I'm sorry for that. Eureka, it shows excitement. Eureka shows excitement. It's a vibration of a mental process. Okay. And when you say yo, used to verbally startle an animal. Shoo, 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 shoo. We use that. That's an interjection. When we show a disappointment, damn, could not do this. Okay. It's not written D-A-M, it's written B-A-R-N, darn. Stop, seizes the forthcoming action. Stop, yippee, we did this. Now, comes your expression, you need to pick up and tell me in this fill up. Dash, I did not mean to spill the water on your shirt. Easiest to choose, it's oops. I did not mean to spill the water on your shirt. So suppose Rohan, if something of this happens, you will use this interjection by saying oops. Okay, Rohan, that was right. Next, I completely forgot. What will you say, Eureka or damn? Yes, Rohan, it's correct. Ina is wrong. This is Eureka. I am wrong. Next. I am glad the chemistry project is finally over. Which one will we take? Yes, Rohan is right. Next, it's jizz. Dash, that smells so good. Yes, we are going to use this. Next. That was a total waste of time. Phew. Yes, correct. Rohan, you are doing so good. Ash, why are you wearing shorts in winter? Good grief, way to go. Yes, good grief. Correct. Correct, Rohan. I don't know what to do. My niece has swallowed a chewing gum. Yes. Oh dear, I don't know what to do. Now see, with an expression, it is showing what you can see here. you can see an expression of interjection, exclamation mark. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay, it says, just a second. It says dash, that was a stupid thing to do. Okay, Rohan is wrong. Well do. That was a stupid thing to do. Okay, we'll not use bravo. Bravo is for congratulations. I got a PS4 for my birthday. I'm so happy. So what will you say? Sweet. I got a PS4 and for my birthday, and I'm so happy. So here is something which we need to keep with ourselves, this interjection part. Hi, wow, bravo, ba, eureka. It shows an excitement. Shoo, da, stop, yippee. These are all your interjections. Then we have ooh, e, buzzinga, yo, oh, oops, hello, hooray, oh, ouch, wow, yahoo. Yikes, yippee, yuck, yum. All these are supposed to be the sections of my interjections. Okay. All right. So just a second. Okay. So that's all for today's class. Rohan, I just wanted you to say something to me so that I'm able to hear you out. You can put me on chat. I'm just trying to allow you to speak. I'm just making an effort. Let me see if I can do that to you. Rohan, you can put it on the chat if you want to say something to me. I'm permitting you to speak. Give me a second, Rohan. Okay, I've allowed you to speak. Do you have anything to ask me? You want to say something to me, Rohan? And even there on the YouTube, if you have to say something, you can put it on the chat. So that's all for today's class. If you have something, Rohan, I'm again asking you. That's all we have for today's class. Rohan, would you be in a position to give me some polling here as to how do you feel the class was out of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? You just need to press the number there for me, Rohan. Can you do the needful? Thank you so much, Rohan. I really, really appreciate this. Thank you. So that's all for today's class. And this is Veena who is signing off here. I'll be joining you again on Friday, same time. Join us back in Hello English classes. We will be coming back with some more sessions and different way of taking up the topics for you. If you still have to say something, you can put it in the chat box. We'll see to it what best can be done. Thank you so much for joining. This is Veena.